Yes, we can do that. Akshay, Ashmit, can you please introduce your potential customers?
Yes, Ajit sir. Good evening. So we have Mr. Nagam Shah, who is a chartered accountant. Then we have Mr. Smiral Shah, then Pradeep Swami, Mr. Ramu, and Mr. Basavraj.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, hello.
So, Asmit.
Yeah, Smiral Shah has joined from my side, sir, and Neelam Sales Agency also has joined from my side. So they both are a tally vendor. And Disha Patodia, her name is Kanika, means the Kanika has joined from her account. She is also our vendor. And Pradeep Swami is also joined from my side. He is into a CA firm and a tally vendor as well.
Okay, excellent. So everybody welcome. Let me start. I was asked by my team to do a presentation to you about Siccura and about us. So before I start telling you about Siccura, I want to spend 2 minutes just telling you about myself and us as an organization. So Siccura is new, and it may seem like sometimes you see a lot of new products come and go. So sometimes, especially in a sensitive area like this, it's important to understand the background of the people involved, but also the history of the product. So I'll start with that. So I am Ajit Patel. I am actually based in the UK. I have been living here for the last 40 years. I was born in Africa, a Gujarati family, and was brought up both in India, but most of my life I've lived in the UK. I'm a very well-known entrepreneur in the UK. I'm one of the first Indian persons to IPO a company back in the 90s. So you can imagine I have a lot of gray hair. And generally speaking, I back my own ventures. This particular product is a very great passion of mine, and I have come out of retirement, so to speak, to basically start this project. And for those of you who want, you can go and research me, so you'll understand the integrity of what we are doing, and it should give you comfort that this is not a product that is here today and gone tomorrow. It has taken me and my team over 8 years to develop these products, and we have invested several $1 million into this project because we feel fundamentally that our future, which has become very digital, is very much in danger if we are not in control of it. So it gives you a little bit of comfort that we are not a small company. We are quite a substantial company. Our business has been developed here the product has been developed in India, and I'm backing it myself. And I spend more time working now than I've ever done in my life because I'm so passionate about this product. So hopefully it will give you some comfort in that. But also, if you're promoting the product, that your clients are not at risk, because you can take my background and the company's background if you want. In India itself, I have several other businesses. So again, reiteration that this is not a small operation that is just started tomorrow and it will be gone tomorrow, day after. Our problem in today's environment, there is a big issue with the data, and that is best summarized like this, that every day businesses create more and more digital data. It comes in emails, in files, in documents, in tele data, financial data, all sorts of unstructured data that we generate, we don't even realize. Almost all of it contains very sensitive information. If it was in the wrong hands, it would cause you a lot of harm. Data gets saved. People, employees who used to work for you move. Data is forgotten and lost. Data gets shared. both inside the organization, then people leave and you don't know where it's sitting, with customers, with partners, and ever-growing mobile and remote workforces. So you have, especially in the pandemic, a lot of people working from home. So whether we like it or not, almost every one of us has lost control of where our data is lying. Many times it is moving without our knowledge or permission. Either it is because employees have made mistakes, or they have stolen the data, or they've shared it with people who are not potentially correct for us, or some malware has taken possession of our data, or some spyware is looking at our data, God knows what. It's impossible. And even the biggest companies in the world, and even biggest agencies like the FBI's are all struggling to try and keep control of the data. So it's not a problem for just small businesses, but for everybody. And valuable information is sitting on file servers, on computer devices, on mobiles, on document storage sites, both with us, but also with people whom we have shared. We don't know where they are storing the data. You don't know where they have kept it. So we might trust them, but we don't know what they've done with it, who they have shared it with, and where it has gone. So we are living in a very, very dangerous times. No one knows how much of their data is in existence, let alone when they have to find it. Even the most organized companies are finding it difficult to source their data once it has been locked or stored. Wherever it is resting, it is sitting unprotected and unrecoverable. Even if you want to destroy it, you don't know where it is sitting, to let alone destroy it. And there is no control over the data in terms of who is doing what with it. And once the data has moved or has been shared, there is no way to correct any mistakes or any malicious intentions of everybody. And lastly, there is no way of tracking what is going on with the data in whatever way. And therefore, we are in an arena or in an era where managing sensitive files and data with valuable information, intellectual property, financial data, customer details, personal details, bank details, passwords, requires a new way of thinking. Just so you understand that letting data go anywhere without security and control is causing people, individuals, and businesses unmeasurable amount of damage. And most of us are not even aware of the damage. Now, to understand some of these background in terms of how your data is getting compromised or causing you damage, you've got to understand the human factors that may be impacting this. So let's look at this and understand that, right? So data may be moving around or maybe in the wrong hands because it is done by correct intentions or wrong intentions. In other words, employees who deliberately want to cause damage, or cyber criminals who want to cause damage, or it is done with dexterity, means people have made mistakes, or they were distracted when they shared the data, when they saved it. Somebody needs to mute. And employees might just not be aware that the data is important, therefore they need to be careful. Or employees are not aware how they are being tricked into sharing their data by cyber criminals or even malicious employees within the organization. There is a lot going on, and trust me, even our businesses are suffering. That is why my businesses, with several thousand people who have worked with me, our businesses have suffered. So this has come from real life experience. So we are introducing Siccura. What we know is that there is a backdrop, is there is no single person or any software can prevent data from moving, leaking, or being abused. What we can do is secure it at rest whilst it is being used and whilst it is traveling, and put controls and tracking and increase awareness of our employees so that we can reduce the risk. Our mission is private and secure digital life for you and your business. So simply put, we are developing, or we have developed a product that will help you. You create the data. In other words, it's a partnership. You create the data. We will help you increase your employees' awareness through training programs that we have. We will help you secure it, put you in control of that data and help you track it 24/7 and help you reduce your risk to your businesses. So how does Siccura protect your data? So basically, Siccura is using what we would call as military grade encryption, which basically turns your data into an unbreakable code. Every data piece, so if you have 5 files, each file is locked with an individual key that is generated in your application. And once that data has been locked, it is unbreakable even by NASA, just to give you an idea of the security level. And this is absolute military grade encryption. What we then do is help you secure each and every key for each and every one of your data. And that is done by creating a unique key that belongs to just you. And that is only known to you, which then locks all of the keys. So effectively, what you now got is three-way protection. One is that the data is protected, the keys for the data are now protected by you, and the key is protected by you because only you know it, right? So we are operating what we call a zero trust or trust no one environment. Just to give you an idea that how our encryption and security works is this, that you are sure all of you have heard of something called the Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies. And the way they work is that it is not owned by or run by. So cryptocurrency is a bank that is not run by anybody in particular. Thousands of people around the world run that bank, which means that everybody knows how many Bitcoins or cryptocurrencies your wallet has. But nobody can touch it, nobody can steal it, nobody can transact with it because it is protected by one single key that you own. If you lose the key, you are basically lost all your money. And it's the same way our protocol works. We help you lock everything away with one key that you own. And once you have that key, nobody in the world is able to do anything with your data. And that's what we do. So we help you secure your data so that it is secure in ARM. ARM means action. We help you secure every piece of data you generate automatically, no questions asked, and start protection from the moment you create it. So therefore, whilst it is resting, it is protected. When you use it, in other words, editing, viewing, all of that, we apply all the protections that are available, which means that almost nobody can do anything with the data whilst it is open. And most important of all, whilst the internet has got end-to-end encryptions and security like WhatsApp says or other people say, we help you with another layer of encryption, which means that even if somebody broke the internet encryption protocol, your data is anyway protected. Therefore, it provides the protection. So if you understand that we all hear from people like WhatsApp that your data is end-to-end encrypted, what it means is that their protection is only when the data is traveling. Once the data has reached its destination and it is resting, or when it is being used, there is absolutely no protection of the data. Anybody can have access to that. So just so you understand, so we go well and truly beyond what is normally accepted. What type of data can you secure? Well, actually, any kind of unstructured data. And at this moment in time, we have already dealt with things like your instant messages, emails, all files sent as attachment or just via WeTransfer or Skype. Anyway, any which way you send a file of any kind, media files or unstructured data, we have already covering over 200 types of file formats that can be secured right now from the moment you start. And it's the choice is in your hand. What do you want to secure? And in future, in the new year, we are also going to start developing things like calendars and your personal contacts, browsing history, call logs, and more, so that every kind of data that is unstructured that you generate, we want to help you protect it and secure it so that you can have a peaceful and a secure private and digital life. That is our mission. What kind of controls we allow you to do is things like you can have data control settings of all sorts, from everything from how long people have access to the data, self-destroy it. If you made a mistake and somebody has stolen your data, they won't be able to do anything anyway because they don't have a key. But even if you have given somebody a key to open the data, you can take it away at any time you want, right? Even 5 years later, you wake up and you find that, who was your best friend had some of the data with them. now is turned into an enemy, you can instantly take it all back and they won't have any access, right? So that's the kind of level of security and confidence that this product will give you. So all types of settings we have got available, people can't access. So, if you got employees, they'll only be able to open the data and see it whilst they're in the office. Once they go home, they won't be able to open it because they are in another IP zone. So things like that. We have all sorts of controls. We have also given you controls over employees. So employees, who is got view rights, who can do sharing, who can't do sharing, can they operate a USB control or not USB, or can they work from office premises only, or their fixed Wi-Fi at home, anywhere else, ports you can block, all the sort of things that you can basically use to control your workforces working away from home, working from home, or working whilst they're mobile. All levels of security in your hand. So even if an employee leaves, doesn't matter what you had given them, you can just press one button and instantly all the access from them is actually withdrawn, right? Where does the data have to sit once it is secure? It doesn't matter, because data is protected. So whether it's in galleries, with Google, with Dropbox, with on your USB drives, on floppy disks you have lost, and you don't worry. Wherever it is sitting, with Siccura, it's already secure, and it doesn't matter. It's military grade encryption. They won't be able to do anything with it. So you can sleep peacefully in the coming years, because whatever you create from today means it is all secure. Of course, we can also help you secure anything that you have created in the past. And we are developing software to be able to do that. But, from today, for sure, you are in good hands. And basically, your data will remain in your control, no matter who has it, friends or family, business partners, stakeholders, employees, known enemies or intruders. And even friends, they are friends today, they are not tomorrow. Families fight, you run a business together, all of a sudden you fight and you separate, and one has got malintentions. Well, you are in control. You can take away everything that they had in terms of control, and it's all gone overnight, back in your control. Does Siccura have access to your secure data? The answer is absolutely not. We have your data keys. The data that you've stored, it's up to you where you store it, so we don't need it. Our job is to only help you transport the keys that are already protected with your personal keys. So even if we have it, we can't do anything with it. And to ensure that whatever actions you take with the keys, we help you execute. In other words, if you want to give somebody access today and stop it tomorrow, that's our job. Our job is not stealing your data, because we think we can make billions times more in money than to steal your data. So it's not our business. And we operate a what we call a trust no one policy, which means don't even trust us. Once you got your key, which is generated in your app, you just lock it with your password and make sure you never lose it. And everything is safe from us or anybody whatsoever. So totally protected. And whatever is happening to your data, there is 24-hour by 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and a lifetime of tracking and control. Who has access? If somebody who's stolen your data tries to access it, you will know it. When they have access, how long they've accessed, from where they access, what sort of data access they have, all of that, all the controls in your hands, right? And we have a lot of different types of audits available, so you can see live what is happening to the data. And I'm sure the team will be able to do another demonstration for you, which I strongly suggest you take another demonstration, because we have upgraded the product substantially so you can understand, right? And last, but very important, because the whole landscape in digital environment is changing, it is important to keep your people, employee, and yourself aware of what is going on. So we have a vast library of all sorts of content we develop regularly in videos, posters, booklets, that brings you up to date with the latest threats that there are in terms of employee threats, outside threats, or whatever it is, to make you aware of and take precaution. Because even though this product is keeping your data very safe, it is always wise and sensible to be educated so that you can find things to do, make sure that you reduce the risk in any way. Yeah. So in summary, no matter where your data will go, whether it will go with your permission or not, Siccura is going to provide you protection, control, and audit 24/7, plus awareness training to mitigate risks and avoid damage to your business so that you and your business can enjoy a private and secure digital life. Siccura is the ultimate solution that mitigates business risk caused by the human factors. And I promise you, there is not a single product on the market that comes anywhere near the level of protection that we have given in the hands of business owners like you and your clients. And so in summary, data protection from all types of threats, whether it's company personnel, people we know dearly, business partners, cyber criminals, all of them, the protection is there 24/7, 365 once you have secured your data. And that could be anything from your tele data to anything, it's up to you. So take control before somebody else does of your data. So thank you for listening. I hope that has been a little bit more educational for you. I would be happy to take some questions from yourselves. So, Himanshu, over to you.
Anybody has any question, please ask. Ashmit, Akshay. Okay, Mr. Ramu has a question. Mr. Ramu, can you ask the question now?
Yeah. Hello, sir. If customer forget the password, do you provide any recovery key?
Sorry, I did not understand. Could you ask me a question, please?
If the customer forget the key,
the unique personal key?
yeah,
Well,
personal key.
no, that's the whole thing. Trust no one means that there is
Yeah,
no
that's the thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean,
And another thing is,
so let me
okay.
finish that, Ramu, please. I'll explain to you. Yeah. So what we suggest is that, look, we are not in the business of stealing your data. We can help you back it up, but you have to understand there is a slight risk in that. Okay. So we suggest you back it up. Don't back it up with us. But if you really want, we will help you back it up. We are actually looking at a solution with a third party who there are companies now that specialize in storing crypto keys and everything, but even there is a danger because even they can get hacked and your data can get hacked. Okay. So we would advise very strongly, take the backup of the key, give it to us if you want, go to a third party, you'll keep it, but keep it in a drawer with a lawyer or somewhere where it is safe, is what we would advise. So,
okay. Another question. Do you provide any app to remotely change the permissions for that?
Yes. So
because the user was not sitting in the home in office regularly.
Yes. So we have the product available on Windows, Mac, Android, and iOS, and also will come into Linux. So you can have a mobile. You can have a second option of putting the thing on Android or iOS, and then you can remotely change that. Yes.
Thank you. That's it.
So the admin panel, which is the admin functionality, has not been added on the mobile, but it will be in the first part of New Year. It's ready. It's being tested right now.
Okay, got it.
What is your business, Ramu, if I may ask?
Yeah, my business was I'm the end customer retailer for the desktop and as well as the tally.
Okay.
So most of my customers are with the rice millers and as well as the gold jewelers.
Okay.
So they need the secure the data more secure. They want secure data more. So they can't trust anybody. So
correct. And this is the ultimate solution of trust no one. There is nothing like that. Yeah. So it's an absolutely good market, not just protecting the tele data, but everybody has got more data than tele. We started with tele because it's easier, right? But they should be protecting all their digital data.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello. Please.
Can I ask?
Yes, please, Smiral. Please do ask.
Yeah. Actually, I have so many clients in IT industry.
Okay.
They are facing one issue. They have to use AnyDesk for the solution at client end.
Right.
Means their own employees are connecting to their client systems using AnyDesk.
Right.
Now, what they are doing, they are transferring company data to the client system without any permission.
Correct.
Second thing, some employees are working from home, so
Right.
they may store the data of the company.
Correct.
Yeah, can we block this?
Yeah, correct. So the answer is very simple. Yes. So imagine your client, right? So they are working. So if they have now imposed that every document, let's say that all their employees have got Siccura and they've enforced a rule which says lock all these types of files and lock all the data once it's generated, right? Now, once that is locked, you automatically the rights those people have, even if they create it. Okay, this is how our Siccura works. Is this: whoever creates the file, if you are the owner, then once it is created, if you are the owner and creator, then the data is within your right to do whatever you want to do. In other words, view, edit, share, whatever. If in a corporate environment, you are the creator, the owner is actually the business owner or the admin of the business, which means that automatically every employee who creates the data will only get a view right. So they will not have the right to share or do anything. They will only be able to view it. Okay. Or maybe they can edit it. Or if you trust them, you allow them to share, but with the named people. What that means is that that data now is very, very secure. Even if they created it themselves, instantly it is secure. Which means that even if they transfer it to whoever or somebody comes and steal it, it is no good, because whoever has the file will not be able to do anything with it. But even if they've added it, let's say employee has shared the file and added the person they've shared the file, they'll have to add their name to allow them access to view it. Barabar?
Okay.
When that happens and you find out, you instantly go and click on that file and revoke that access. So instantly, even that person has got the file, they won't be able to do anything because the key is gone.
Good. May I have the practical demo of the same?
Yes. Himanshu will arrange it. This is a very, 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 very powerful product. Please understand this, that my experience of 40 years in business, I'm 62 years old in 3 months' time. This year, I have had more than 50,000 people work for me. I had in my previous organization, I was one of the first, in fact, I was the first person to start a call center in India in 1999. So I've done a lot of innovation, and I've learned and lived through the data problems. And when I tell you this, I had 2,000 employees who were accessing data in India from my UK offices, right? And as a public company, we had very sensitive data, and we had to put security solutions. And I can tell you, when I look at that now, I just go, how the hell did we live and nobody stole anything from us, okay? Even though we were ahead. So I understand the challenges of all the types of businesses more than most CEOs in the world will ever know or understand.
Great.
So we have developed it with this sort of solid military grade lock, because what I want is my vision is very simple, that all large companies have a lot of money to spend. They spend 4-5% of their annual revenues on IT security, and still they fail. Small companies can't afford this. So we want small, medium-sized companies to have a simple solution like us, which says lock the data and go to sleep. Don't worry about if somebody comes and steals it or does anything with it, because kuch nahi kar payega. It's all in control. Even if the mistake was made, we can correct it instantly.
Ajit,
So,
are you saying in Hindi?
I can say Hindi, English, or Gujarati.
Great. Just for your information, मैंने मेरे ऑफिस में सिक्योराइट इंस्टॉल किया हुआ है, क्विकिल का सिक्योराइट.
Okay.
वो भी फेल हो चुका है सर ये मैटर में.
नहीं, किस मैटर में नहीं होना चाहिए?
डेटा लॉस प्रिवेंशन सर।
मतलब नहीं, आई डिड नॉट अंडरस्टैंड, प्लीज टेल मी व्हाट हैज हैपेंड।
मेरे ऑफिस में मैंने डीएलपी डाला हुआ है सिक्योरा का।
हाँ
डीएलपी मींस डेटा लॉस प्रिवेंशन।
हाँ,
सॉरी सिक्योर नहीं, सिक्योर राइट।
सिक्योर राइट, हाँ, तो उसमें तो जाएगा ही ना, क्या कर पाओगे?
उसमें ब्लॉक होता है, लेकिन कभी भी सिस्टम जब रिस्टार्ट होती है तो ऑटोमेटिकली ये अनब्लॉक हो जाता है।
हाँ, but then I'll tell you something else. What it's not doing is that even if you, because what is DLP? DLP means you have put an algorithm to prevent the data from leaving your company.
Okay.
But it doesn't mean if somebody may accidentally give somebody the right. DLP right means somebody can give it to that person a right. But once its right is given and they put it on a USB and it's gone outside the company, then you are finished. Nothing you can do. So where the DLPs fail is that they give you 80-90% level of protection, which means that it will keep the data in the company. But once it has left the company, and that can be because somebody stole their malicious, the IT guys did something, you know what I mean? Once, as soon as that is done, once the data is gone, then what do? Nothing. It's gone. In our case, what it is that even if somebody gives it out, it's still gone secure and controlled. So therefore, you can correct it, that mistake, right? So the point is, DLP has its purpose to a degree. We don't think we don't need DLP with this, but the point is that even if after mistakes and failure, you have got total protection and control and audit on it, so that you can stay in control of your data. That's where the DLPs are done. DLPs are no longer the way of the future. DLPs was a good technology that worked, but we think that that's absolutely not the way to go. And it has got limitations. It protects files. What do I do? Emails. What do I do with messages? There are so many different ways people are transmitting the data, new ways coming in. It's, people do it by USB, people do it by IP transfers. They're doing all sorts of things. People find ways of transferring the data out. And what our job is to make sure, no matter, don't worry, even transfer हो गया तो भी हो गया, तुम्हारे पास कंट्रोल है, और जो गया है वो खोल नहीं पाएगा because उसके पास चाबी नहीं है. That's it, simple as that.
Done sir, done. अस्मित जी.
Yes sir.
मैंने आपको पर्सनल में एक व्हाट्सएप भी डाला, मुझे इसका प्रैक्टिकल डेमो करवा दो ना as soon as possible.
चलेगा सर, मैं ये मीटिंग के बाद
ऐसा है, टूर्स एंड ट्रैवल्स, हॉस्पिटल्स एंड आईटी इंडस्ट्री, मेरा मेन काम ये 3 इंडस्ट्री में है, और तीनों को डेटा प्राइवेसी चाहिए ही चाहिए.
ओके ओके, अंडरस्टूड सर.
आप धंधे के लिए स्मिरल ये चाहिए. एनी बिजनेस, हम खून पसीना से धंधा बनाते हैं, और कोई आदमी, आई हैव हैड पीपल वर्किंग फॉर मी स्टीलिंग माय डेटा एंड स्टीलिंग माय बिजनेस, राइट?
यस, डेफिनेटली.
I have experienced it, so I know what it's like. So you need to protect it from the first day. Any business.
Done, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Any questions?
There is one question written in the chat box. I think it's a Thaniga, right? So he is asking that he has a small doubt that if the customer sends the data in the PDF format, and then customer view only access and third-party software edit restrictions are available. That's the question is written.
I don't understand.
Yeah. So he's written like that. So it looks like that he is asking that we have a control over PDF file.
Yes. So who is the person? Please ask. No, we can.
Akshay, Ashmit, can you please check?
Mr. Thaniga, I think he's a partner from Chennai.
Okay.
Hello, sir. Hi, sir. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
My name only Thanigivel.
Nice to meet you.
Okay. One of my customer is requirement actually. Okay, he is using the Tally. Hello.
Okay. I'm listening. Sorry, please.
Okay. He send the PDF files, vouchers, and some reports.
Okay.
He only customer only viewing access only required.
Yes. Easy.
Okay. So he cannot alter the any third party software also, that voucher he cannot alter.
Yes. Straightforward. So That is a very straightforward part of the solution we have. It's not just with the tally. They will have to take the full Siccura office, because the tally only protects the tally data. But if you are sending out reports, then you take the Siccura office as a solution, and that will give you all the protection for all types of files, everything.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Is anyone else has a question? Please ask. Mr. Jayesh Gandhi, do you have any question? Mr. Pradeep? Shweta? Mansi?
Good. So I think, we have answered most questions. I hope that the presentation was useful, and please, feel free to ask more questions. And if you need more one-to-one time with me, I will make sure that we arrange that for you. So thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Ajit. Thank you for your time. Thank you.
Thank you, Ajit sir, for your time. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Ajit sir. Thank you, Himanshu sir. Thank you, everyone.